Children, hope you enjoyed that. Now we will continue from line number 75. Now, children, Caliban is very, very happy. He says, ha, ha, ha. Now, he's very happy to see Stefano beating Trinculo, and he feels that Stefano is siding up with Caliban, and he is beating Trinculo because he is showing disrespect to Stefano by interrupting Caliban. So, Caliban is very happy about it. And he says, beat him enough. After a little time, I will beat him too. Now he says, yes, master, do very good. Keep beating Trinculo. And after Stefano is done with beating Trinculo, even Caliban will beat him after that. Stefano says, stand further. Come, proceed. Now, so he warns Trinculo and he asked Trinculo to step further away from them. And he asked Caliban to continue his narration. Now, children, we are moving to a very important part of the scene. Here, Caliban is outlining the plan for killing Prospero. All right, you can write a question there. What plan is outlined by Caliban to kill Prospero? You can get RTCs from there. You can even get that as a 5-mark question. While I read, you will continue marking points. The first point, he says, why, as I told thee, it's a custom with him in the afternoon to sleep. So he told Stefano, the first point, that as he has already informed Stefano, it is a custom with Prospero to take an afternoon nap. All right? It's a custom with Prospero, a habit with Prospero to sleep in the afternoon. There thou mayest brain him, having first seized his books, or with a log batter his head, or paunch him with a stake. Now here he is telling Stefano that Stefano may do whatever he wants with Prospero once Prospero is asleep in the afternoon. But he must be very cautious about one thing. He must pay heed to one important set of instruction that is being given by Caliban. And what is that? It is to first seize his books. That is, take away his books, seize his books of magic before doing any harm to Prospero. Once he has seized Prospero's books, then it is up to Stefano to choose whichever way he wishes to kill Prospero. He may either brain him, that is, he may dash out Prospero's brain, or he may batter his skull, or he may paunch him. Paunch him means, rip out his belly with a stake. That is, use a stake of wood to just rip his belly apart. Or cut his wizen. Wizen is windpipe, or just slit his throat, slit his windpipe. He may do whatever he wants to do with Prospero, but first he must seize his books. So all those were points. With thy knife, that is, with his knife, he may rip his windpipe, he may just slit his throat. Again, he says, remember first to possess his books. He's repeating again and again, right? He repeats this time and again, saying that first they must possess his books, take hold of his books, take away his books, because he knows how powerful his magic is. And these books of magic help him immensely in his magic. And these books help him in controlling various spirits. And why must they seize his books before they kill him? For means because without them he is but a sot, as I am. That is, if the books are not with him, if those books of magic are not with him, then Prospero is nothing but a sot. Sot means just a fool, a dull fellow, like Caliban. Nor hath not one spirit to command. That is, if it is not for his books of magic, he will not have even one spirit to obey his orders. If the spirits obey his order, it is all because of his magic that he learns from these books, all the charms that he learns from this book. It is because of these magical charms that he is able to control the spirits around him. So if it is not for these books of magic, then he is just a dull fool, like Caliban, and he will not have even one spirit at his command. They all do hate him as rootedly as I. Now, you will write this as a point, but children, here Caliban says that no spirit will obey Prospero's command because no spirit likes him. All the spirits hate him as rootedly. As rootedly means as deeply as I do. That is, as deeply as Caliban hates Prospero. Children, you will write this point, but in the play there is no indication, there is no hint, nothing to actually show what Caliban said was the truth, because Ariel quite willingly obeyed Prospero, and you see the chemistry between Ariel and Prospero. Uh, he talks to him in a loving manner most of the time, and even Ariel is more than willing to obey the commands of Prospero. Though Caliban all the time is insolent fellow who abuses Prospero, doesn't want to obey him, and has his own reasons for not obeying Prospero. But even later on in the mask scene and all, wherever we find in the very next scene that you will read how Ariel acts as the harpy and the other spirits help him in that mask scene. Everywhere you find them very willingly obeying Prospero. So though he says that all the spirits hate him, it is only Caliban who is saying it, and we do not have any references in the play to support his claim. All right. So he says, burn out his books. He has brave utensils. Now, again, children, the next point, they should seize that book, and what should they do with it? They should burn his books. And then he says, he has brave utensils. Brave utensils. Now, here, utensils is not just used in the sense of the word utensils as you understand it. He is talking about fine articles that Prospero possesses. So he means to say that Prospero possesses some very fine tools and implements. For so he calls them, that is, and these fine things he refers to them as brave utensils, which when he has a house he will deck withal. That is, he says, and he says that all these fine articles, all these brave utensils, he will use to decorate his house when he has a house of his own. And that most deeply to consider is the beauty of his daughter. Now, again, he is trying to tempt. Now, I told you already, children, earlier that why would Stefano want to help Caliban? All right. So here he is always tempting him. Now, you've seen earlier if Antonio wanted to usurp power from his brother, he wanted the help of Alonso. But why would Alonso help him? So he was ready to pay tribute, an annual tribute to Alonso, and bring his coronet under the crown of Naples. So there has to be something for the other one, something to gain. Only then will he help. So here you find that Caliban is always tempting him, and he says that what he should consider most deeply here is the beauty of his daughter Miranda. And he says he himself calls her non-parallel. Non-parallel means, a paragon of beauty, something without a parallel, something which is matchless, something without an equal. So he says his daughter is so beautiful that he himself calls her non-paralleled as far as beauty is concerned. She doesn't have an equal in beauty. I never saw a woman, but only Sycorax, my dam. Now he confesses that he has never seen a woman except his own mother, Sycorax. Dam means mother. And she, as far surpasseth Sycorax as greatest does least. But he says, though he has not seen any woman, except Sycorax and Miranda. But if he was to compare Sycorax and Miranda on a scale, then the difference between Sycorax and Miranda would be the difference between the greatest beauty and the least beautiful. That is, if he was to compare the beauty of Sycorax and Miranda, then he would, on that plane, rank Sycorax as least beautiful and Miranda as the greatest beauty or the most beautiful woman. So the beauty of Miranda surpasses the beauty of Sycorax, just as the word greatest surpasses the word least. We stop here today, and then we will continue in the next class from where we leave today. And again, I'll add a short video for you to enjoy what we just studied.
After a little while, I'll beat him too. Stand further off. Forward with your tale.
As I said, 'tis a custom with him in the afternoon to sleep. There thou mayst brain him, having first seized his books, or with a log batter his skull, or paunch him with a stake, or cut his weasel with thy knife. Remember first to possess his books, for without them he's but a sot as I am, nor hath not one spirit to command. They all do hate him as rootedly as I. Burn but his books, and that most deeply to consider is the beauty of his daughter. He himself calls her a non-parai. I never saw a woman but only Sycorax my dam and she, but she as far surpasseth Sycorax as greats doth least.